Hello, welcome to another card review. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck by Victoria Mosley. So here's the little booklet that it comes with. I've had this deck for a little while now. My best friend Laurel got this for me for my birthday a few years ago. So I actually don't have the box for this one anymore. I generally keep the boxes for most of my decks now. This, however, was a deck that I was using all the time, and I was at a shop and I got this beautiful velvety pouch for this particular deck. So this is what I use to store it in. Keeps it very nice and clean and all that good stuff. And it's a little bit nicer to carry around in a bag or in a purse for me personally. So that's what I used to carry it in. But the box itself, just in case you guys were wondering, is very, very sturdy. It's a very nice box. And there's good quality. It's got good lining and a little ribbon that you use to like take the cards out with. So it's really nice. I did get this for my birthday from my friend, as I said. And it was I was so surprised at how beautiful this particular deck is. If you're an artsy type of person and that originality and multimedia blends tend to pop out to you, and that's something that speaks to you when you're doing card readings, this is a perfect deck for you. So the book itself is pretty nice. This is the front cover. In the very beginning, it's got a 1 or 2 page intro, and all of the cards inside of this booklet are in alphabetical order when you're looking them up. They do have really intricate messages. At the end of this video, I will make sure that I read at least one card out loud to you and pick one, because Victoria Mosley, who wrote this as well, I believe, the wording in here is the wording of a passionate writer. It's done very, very, very well. So there was a lot of thought and love that was really put into this deck. There are some card decks where I feel like not the same level of love got put into it, but this deck definitely does. Here's the back of the cards. I think that they're really pretty and very unique. This is also a very nice deck. It's not very harsh with its words. Sometimes I have some decks that are very cutting, and this one it's so much wisdom without tearing at you. So I do like this deck for that reason, especially as a reader. When I work with some personalities, like I can get the energy of the person who's coming into my room, and I will use different decks depending on the client that I am working with, because I feel like it would benefit them best. So having said that, this is a really nice deck, I think, for clients who have maybe some anxiety and things like that. Anyways, in the back of the book, they have all of the spreads that are in the back. There are 5 different types of spreads in this particular deck, if spreads are something that you like to do formatically with every different deck. I tend to use a 4-card spread in general when I am doing a general overall quick reading with somebody who's going to last about 20 minutes. And a lot of people like to do 3 cards for past, present, and future. There's something about the 4 cards that just speaks to me. So as a reader, you really have to do what's best for you and what works for you and your clients the most. All right, so I did want to do a flip through of this particular deck. Let me see. That should be a little bit better. I tried to get the lighting right in the background. It's a nice sunny day outside, and I was trying to use some of the natural lighting while I was doing this so it wouldn't be too dark in here, and didn't have a big glare on the camera. So a lot of these images are different images that have been burned and dodged. If you're not familiar with photography, that's a type of photography where you take images from different things and splice them all together in one photo. And as I said, this deck is very, very intricate. Like, when I do a reading in a little bit, you'll see that when each card is being read, even the smallest details in the background go to the meaning of the card itself. This would actually be a really great card deck for you to use as not one of the card decks is that you switch off, but the one that you really focus on and use a lot, like in your own personal life and with your clients. This is a great deck to be able to memorize every card, because each card has such an in-depth meaning that it's quite incredible and powerful when you use this deck. I've had nothing but beautiful, amazing, good things said about this particular card deck. I like it a lot. It is an oracle deck. It's not a tarot deck. It has all of the meanings on the bottom of each card. And the imagery, like, is just gorgeous. The vintage, most of the pictures of the people who are in these cards are the vintage part of these cards. The wisdom is really all of the spliced images that are in the background with the vintage people who are in them, I feel like, when I'm using this deck. And I say this in a lot of my videos. I am one of those people who has to connect with the imagery for the deck to work properly for me and for me to connect with it. And this deck is one of the best decks that I connect with. It's in my collection, which is awesome because it was gifted to me. And that just goes to show you that the friend who got this for me really, really knows me. And it was funny too, because she didn't look up a card deck reading of this particular deck. She saw the image of the front cover when she was looking online for this deck, and she thought it looked cool. And she had her fingers crossed that this was something that was going to be really good for me. But she's actually very talented with her intuition, and she could definitely do for using her intuition a little bit more in her life. She's great with other people. I think it's hard for most of us, though, to tap into that for ourselves. As you see, everything is just gorgeous. Every picture is amazing and unique. Every picture is unique. And there's goddesses, you know, in some of these pictures, and angelic figures. Once you read each card, it becomes something amazing. So that is a full flip through of all of the cards in the deck. I hope you enjoyed them, because I really do. The imagery is so beautiful. So I'm going to do a quick spread right here. I'm going to pull a card and then read the definition for you guys, so you guys can get a good feeling of what the literature inside of the book is. So this card, the one that I picked, is Celebration. Okay, so from beginning to end, this is going to be a little bit lengthy. So celebration. There is a cause for celebration. And this is a special moment for the beautiful girl as she dances in sheer delight. In one hand, she holds a golden goblet. I'm going to try to back it up just a bit. There we go. In the other, a ball of starlight. Her gown and her headdress are adorned with fragrant blooms, and the butterflies frolic around her as if to join in the happiness. The candles in the foreground add to the mood of rejoicing and symbolizing the spiritual presence of light and illumination. There will be many good reasons for joy without a need for any formal occasion or the use of a calendar. Celebration can be a type of harvest, a reaping of the rewards and effort, a marking of a time of good news, memory of a loved one, birth of a new life project, fruition of a long-held dream, and it can take many forms. To those who are caught in the addictive chase of leading a life based on projected future happiness, perhaps now is a good time to simplify and give thanks for the perfection of all that is, today in the present moment. By reflecting on how good and bad your choices have led to you at this point, hindsight can reveal the ways that you have been guided and shaped by unforeseen forces, which help enrich your understanding of life. These are real triumphs of lasting value, and we take them with us to the next life, and they are worthy of celebration. To those who are enduring difficult times where there seems to be little hope of change, the message of this card beckons you to actively seek joy and celebration regardless of circumstance, and you will be forever wealthy. And if you can learn to celebrate the simplest things in life, in the wise words of Oprah Winfrey, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. So that gives you an idea of how the definitions are in this card and how much everything in this card, including the chalice and the ball of light that she is holding and the butterflies in the background, all have to do with the meaning of this particular card. They're very intricate. I love that about this deck. It makes everything so in-depthful, and I feel like when I am meditating with these cards, when I'm using them for myself and I pull like a one card pull for the day, I'm meditating on that message and all of the things that are in the background that are the little messages that add to these cards are things that tend to pop up in my life. And when I see that butterfly go by me in that day, I remember that message and what that butterfly meant, and light of illumination with candles and different things like that. So I highly recommend these for personal growth. Oh my God, this is such a good deck. Definitely go get it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I'm so happy with this deck. I just cannot express how much I love it. And I have a lot of decks, and like I said, I did throw away the box for this one, but it's because I use it so much. I am constantly on the go, and it's just easier not to have a bulky box in my purse. It's easier for me to have the pouch. So that is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck by Victoria Mosley. Look it up. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. It is beautiful and amazing. I am actually using it for a card reading tonight on a Facebook Live. And it has been amazing doing this card reading video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments below. And make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. All right, it was wonderful seeing you. Take care. I'll see you for the next card reading. Bye.